What's up, MaverickHunterJustin? We got another battle with BrandonZero. It's another Roulette. We have quite a few of those. I have quite a few of those in my computer. I'm going to upload a bunch of them. Uh, I have my lamb chop lead, my dual screen setup, Ampharos. He goes with his Voltia, which is burn, Marvel scale, Milotech. It usually does pretty well. He goes for the protect, expecting I was going to discharge, and I use light screen. And then he goes for icy wind, trying to get my speed down, not really expecting to do much, which it really didn't. And I go for the reflect. And right here, I was going to do a discharge, but I decided to switch to Godzilla, my dragon dancing for alligator. I know that with typing and the light screen up, I know he can't really touch me for a few turns, and my Ampharos does have light clay, so it's going to be quite a while before he can even make a dent. Even with crit hacks, it's going to be hard to touch me. So, which right there, that surf is perfectly keynote about that, what he can't do. So he switches out to his Kangaskhan. I've battled him hundreds of times. I've never actually seen this Kangaskhan. It was a noob. Or I've seen him once, and I knew it had substitute and drain punch, but I don't know his other two moves. So I go for a dragon dance. Figure he can't really do too much to me. Thinking he can't do too much to me, so I go for a dragon dance. He goes for a substitute, which I expected. I thought he might have focus punch, which could do quite a bit, but at the same time, I do have reflect up, and I go for the second dragon dance. And he goes for a dizzy punch, and I didn't know he carried this. So now I know his third move is dizzy punch, and this whole time he was going for some confusion hacks, trying to confuse me, so I can't keep dragon dancing up. So I have 3 dragon dances up, and I go for a waterfall to break his sub, which I do. No surprise there. I do break his sub. Kangaskhan is decently bulky, but not that bulky. And he goes for another dizzy punch, and he gets the confusion. So I'm like, fuck. So then this turn, I think I went for another waterfall, trying to get some flinch hacks on my side. But I hurt myself because, I have gay luck like that. That's just how it goes. And he goes for another substitute, predicting that I was going to hurt myself, or hoping that I would hurt myself, which I do. So it worked out good for him. Then I snap out of confusion, use waterfall again, and I hit his substitute. And it takes the damage for it, and substitute faded, and it was a crit hack. And I was pissed as fuck, because he has Thunder Punch as his 4th move, and I was like, God damn it. I don't know why he didn't use that earlier, but I think he was trying to get me low enough to he didn't want to unveil it so I would switch or something. I don't know. So if that substitute would have been gone already from the first confusion hacks would have went through, he wouldn't have been able to sub up, and I would have been able to take him out. But now I send in my chicken fist. This is my my baton passing Blaziken. I was debating whether or not to put bulk up or swords dance on him. I use agility. I was debating whether or not to do swords dance or bulk up. I actually went with bulk up, and in this battle, it actually does me quite a good for a bit because of the defense increases. So I go for agility, goes for dizzy punch. It doesn't confuse me. He was kind of pissed. We both have leftovers, and this Blaziken is actually a bulky set. It's not because he has agility, bulk up, baton pass, and I just gave him blaze kick just for one good stab move, but he doesn't really have too much in his attack power. So I go for a bulk up, and he subs. I go for a second bulk up, and I think he goes for another dizzy punch, trying to get the confuse hacks. And he doesn't get him again for a second time. Leftovers gain again for both of us. It's kind of a little bit of a stall battle. He keeps trying to confuse me while I'm just bulking the shit out of my chicken fist, about to pass it to somebody to do some damage. I go for a third bulk up, and he goes for another dizzy punch. And then this turn, when right before I was about to pass, he gets the confusion. And I was pissed as fuck, because then I wasn't actually sure if confusion passed, but it does, and I figured that out the hard way in this battle. So I go to baton pass this turn, and I think he withdraws actually from the substitute. I don't know why he withdrawed there, But he goes out to his Milotic, and I was gonna switch into my Entei, but then I remembered his Milotic was out, and I'm glad now that I didn't go to Entei because I had all those bulk ups, but his Milotic has special attack, and he would have just tore a giant hole in me with those surfs. So I go to my Kangaskhan of my own, who's now has 3 bulk ups and an agility. So now this thing is gonna start to wreck shit. The burn keeps taking him down, but I know he runs recover, so the burn thing isn't going to really hurt him too much. So I go for a fake out stab, and it does a pretty awesome amount. He gets burned again, and he goes for the recover here, and I should have expected it. I don't know why I used Sucker Punch. The second it went off, I was like, fuck, I forgot about recover. So I go for the Sucker Punch. I probably just could have gone for the aerial ace and been faster than him and taken him out, but I was stupid, so that was my fault. So this would have been a lot less of a stall battle if I would have just done that right from the beginning. And so he recovers again, and I go for the aerial ace and takes him down to the yellow. And he goes for an icy win this time. I think he was trying to get rid of some of my speed because I'm so bulky, and then on top of that I have 3 attack raises, and then on top of that I have 2 speed. So he's trying to dumb me down so he can take me out with one of his other pokes, because he knows if it's a stall battle between recover and aerial ace is going to win. And he thinks about this for a few minutes about who he's going to send in, who he wants to take on my epic Kangaskhan now. I've never actually used his Kangaskhan, to be honest. This is the first time I've ever used him. He sends out to his Blastoise. Yet another reason I'm glad I didn't switch out to my Entei. He's got 2 pretty awesome water types on this team. So I go for aerial ace. I do have Drain Punch too, but Drain Punch doesn't have very many PP, so I don't want to waste that in case this was a bulky set. I wasn't sure how much I could do. And he goes for a Skull Bash. And I just go for another aerial ace, and because of the Skull Bash defense, he lives it, and he hits me with Skull Bash. But it still doesn't do anything because I do have the 3 bulks up, and Kangaskhan is pretty bulky already. And now I go for the Drain Punch just to heal back what he did from that Skull Bash, so that way, because I knew I was going to kill him either way, so that way I have more power on the, or more HP on the next Pokemon that comes in on me. And he's really thinking, he was like, God, I fucking hate this Kangaskhan, dude. I was like, yeah, I like it. It turned out pretty well. I think I just did, I think I actually did all speed and attack. I might have done some HP. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I made this thing. He goes out to his OG Hoops, and I go for a Drain Punch and take him down to his Focus Sash, which I was kind of pissed about. And he goes for a Rock Smash, and it barely touches me. And I'm not sure why I didn't use Sucker Punch on my own here, but he goes for a Sucker Punch, and he gets the fucking crit hack. Oh, he was so fucking happy. That shitty little grin all over his face from ear to ear. I was so pissed. And so I go back out to my Lamb Chop, and he predicted me because that's the way Brandon plays. He always seems to get the jump on me usually. So he predicts that I was going to reflect, so he uses that turn to get up a Swords Dance over my reflect, and he goes for a Psycho Cut. And this turn I was actually like, oh fuck, I'm not going to let him set up. I'm going to keep going. If he thinks I'm going to set up another screen, my light screen, so I'm going to go for Discharge to take out his 1. And he goes for Psycho Cut, and he gets another crit hack, 2 in a row. At this point I was like, okay, fuck this guy. I can't let him get too big a head on me. I got to take him out. So I go out to my Entei, and he's the 14th movie giveaway, and he predicted extreme speed, so he went for the Sucker Punch, but I went for the Will-O-Wisp knowing he was going to do that, and now I overpredict him, and he was pissed. He didn't like that, so I take him out, and Xander's still at max HP. He goes to his Houndoom, and this is a physical Houndoom. It's got the fire and Thunderfang, and I think he's got a Choice Band or Choice Scarf on him. I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't have a Life Orb this time. So I go for a Stone Edge after the Crunch doesn't do anything to me. And I take it out in one hit, which I was surprised because I Entei does have good physical attack, but I didn't expect it to take it out that quick, especially without the crit hack. So then he goes out to his Kangaskhan again. And this time I was debating whether or not to burn him or what to do. So I just go with the Will-O-Wisp, hoping I was faster than his substitute, because now, even though his sub's up, he's going to continuously lose life from the burn, and his attacks aren't going to do even less because of the attack drop from the burn and everything. So I go for a Flare Blitz now to take out the sub. I'm going to lose a little bit because of the recoil, but not that big a deal, as you can see there. And he goes for a Dizzy Punch, trying to confuse Hex yet again, which he doesn't get yet again. And we both get some lefties heal. This battle's a bunch of mini stalls in itself, but in the end it turned out pretty well. I go for another Flare Blitz just to take him out. I probably could have used Flare Blitz from the beginning to take him out, but I wasn't sure how bulky he made that thing. Physically, especially mixed, whatever, I wasn't sure. So I just want to get the burn on him to be sure. And then his last Pokemon is his Venusaur. And I didn't know if I could kill it in one hit or not, because like I said, I did do a bulkier set, not just straight up attack. But it does one hit KO him without the crit hack, and that was a good game. That's I also had a Wheezing on this team apart from my other Blaziken. So that was a good game. Comment, rate, subscribe.